What's happening, guys? I'm Dan and I'm back with a beer talk. Not a craft brew review today. I already dropped one anyways today, so when this comes out, I don't know. I'm just kind of talking because I'm inspired to talk about the haze craze, guys, how it's still carrying over in the craft brew scene. Craft beer industry is still big on hazy beers. It seems like it's a trend all over the country now. Michigan, without a doubt, where I live, my home state, is one of the biggest heavy hitters in the game for New England style IPAs, guys. There's a lot of awesome places out there, probably some I've never even heard of, and some that are on the come up, some that aren't even built yet. But I'm strictly talking Michigan beers here. And what do I think are the top hazies in the game, the top quality in production that is produced in Michigan, guys? There's a big following of New England style IPAs, obviously, these days. And Michigan's been on the bandwagon for quite some time now. I just wanted to go over a quick list of what I thought were some of the heaviest of hitters in this game. Maybe you've heard of them. I hope you have. Some of them distribute far and wide. Others, not so much. So I'm just going to start it off right here, guys. I had to write a list out because I have had most of these beers. I think I've had all of them that I've written down, matter of fact. So I do have a list. Bear with me. I'm going to look off my cheat sheet here because that is a lot of beer to remember, and I had to organize it a little bit, and I'm not even close to an organized person. So to start it off, guys, we all know Old Nation out of Williamston, Michigan. We all know M43. We know Boss Tweed, Card Horse, Greenstone, Full Earth. They have those guys. Obviously, M43 and Boss Tweed are the most well-known in the country. I would say that brewery, Old Nation, is probably the king of Michigan. I have to say, just because their distribution's so far and wide, guys, everybody knows about them. So I have to say, because of that reason, that they are probably the kings of Michigan, and they're the most well-known for the hazy train, guys. M43, everybody loves it. Everybody goes nuts. It's so thick. It's so juicy. Boss Tweed on a whole nother level, 9.3%, double IPA. DIPA, if you will. So they are heavy hitters in the game, guys. Very heavy in the game. So moving on, one of my absolute favorites is Ellison out of East Lansing, guys. They have Crescent Fresh, which isn't a New England style, but that is one of their top beers. They have Relativity. They have Dawn Street, which I think is the best New England style pale ale in Michigan, guys. Bar none, that is the best. If you haven't had it, go get it. They have You Can Get With That Juice, which is an awesome beer they do as a seasonal. They have DDH, Citra, Evolution. They have a bunch of different Evolution series, guys. That's just one of them. And then they have Hazenstein, which is another seasonal release. Epic New England style beers, guys. Just epic. So they also, just to note, do awesome sours. They do amazing sours. And getting away from Old Nation also, I just want to talk about the quality and vast differences of beers that Ellison produces. They can do so many different things. I mean, stouts and epic sours, guys. If you have not tried their sour game is being stepped up tremendously. Ellison just opened a place in Indiana also. I believe they're just cracking away at the beer scene. They're getting themselves into Indiana as well, so that's another thing to note. Ellison's one of my absolute favorites. Moving on, let's talk about Arvon, guys. They're out of Granville, Michigan. I've had a lot of their items from Seven Monks and Traverse City, guys. They do a lot of events with them, and they kind of collab together and get kegs going. I've had Tour de Reef, or Detour Reef, I'm sorry, it's called Jurassic Haze, Voyager, White Shoal, The Grand, and Sail Away. All epic beers, guys. Big juice bombs, very sweet. They're kind of newer to the scene, I guess, compared to the other guys here, but they are absolutely epic. You need to try out Arvon, or Arvin, however you want to say it. Brewing Co. out of Granville, guys. They are big in the game, and I don't know how big they're going to get because they started very small. I'm not sure if they're going to start distributing one of these days. Rumor on the street is they might, so if you have not had those, do yourself a favor and check Arvon out, guys. And again, moving on, I would say maybe some of them less well-known in Michigan would be like Transient. That's in Bridgman, Michigan. They have Juices Loose, Mind Devour, Mine to Devour, I think is what it's called. I can't read my notes anyways, but I think it's Mine to Devour. I've had that at Seven Monks. And then Rainbows and Waterfalls. They do a million other beers, but they are very, very solid at doing the hazies, guys, the New England styles, the Dippas, the Trippas, I don't even know. So Transient's another heavy hitter in the game. Definitely check them out of Bridgman, guys. Very solid stuff from them also. So, and moving on to one of my last ones that I just went to this last week, guys, was Holmes Brewery in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Absolutely epic spot, guys. New England styles for days. They have more than I even know what to do with. They have so many New England style IPAs that it's sickening. It makes for an awesome picture, makes for an awesome experience. The only thing is, I can't drink all those in a row because it just smashes your taste buds. But let me tell you, if Old Nation's up here, I don't know where I'm going to put Holmes, guys, because I'm going to put Holmes a little bit higher for their diversity of beers. They have so many more New England style IPAs than Old Nation has to offer. So for that reason, I might put Holmes a dash above Old Nation, and that's why, because of the quality and differences amongst their beers. Although they're the same style, they have so many different versions of that beer. It's incredible. And just to start it off, same, different. I love that one. It wasn't my absolute favorite that they had to offer. Crumple was awesome. Mirror Mask was awesome. And then my absolute 5 out of 5 beer that I had from them was Shades, guys. Obviously, seasonal release. They probably don't do it very often. I'm assuming it's only, every 6 months. It might even be a little bit more or less. I don't even know. But you can't get that one all the time. So that was my 5 out of 5 for Michigan. And they also do epic, awesome, crazy style or sours, guys. It was just insane, where it almost doesn't taste like beer. Their sour game is so real. And I'd put, if you're talking sours in the mix, I'm going to put Holmes in it. I'm going to put Ellison in it. And then you also got to think about speciation, guys. They are sick at sours. Probably the craziest, most pungent sours you'll ever get. Speciation. They are a crazy brewery for sours. And then just to end it, guys, for some other notable ones that you probably wouldn't have known, or maybe you have because they distribute, would be Big Lake out of Holland. Those guys do a ton of different hazies, but they're a little bit lower ABV, a little bit more drinkable, not as murky, not as flower infested and deep and golden rich looking New England styles. But Big Lake is just hammering out different kinds of New England styles literally every week. So check those guys out if you haven't, guys. They distribute far and wide. And then lastly, Ascension out of Novi, Michigan. Very small brewery, but huge following in that area. Always busy, always crazy every time I walk in. It's packed house every single, doesn't matter what day it is. They're always busy. They have crazy New England styles also, and they do more than that, crazy, sweet, massive stouts. They're just ridiculous beers. Just crazy names. Spool Turf and Lost in the Sauce, and just crazy names. Kind of a modern day brewery, guys. So that's where I'm sitting right now, guys, for who are the Haze games. Who are the big hitters in the Haze game in Michigan, guys? If you're talking, top 5 for me, I'm talking Holmes, Old Nation, Ellison, Arvon, and then Transients in the mix. So that's where I'm at, guys. And then also just to throw the notables in there, Speciation, Ascension, and Big Lake. There's many more, but these were the big boys that I wanted to talk about today. I'm so glad if you guys joined me for this. If you're from Michigan, obviously you've heard of all these guys, but if you're not from Michigan, you should look into them if you haven't had anything from either one of these breweries, but I'm betting you might have. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. It's a beautiful day in northern Michigan, 70 degrees and sunny. I'm going to go to work in a bit here. I just had some inspiration to talk to you guys. And if you haven't, hit that little subscribe notification, and maybe hit that bell. I don't have top-notch equipment, but hey, I'm still bringing a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of Michigan knowledge to you guys. If you want to talk about craft beer, hit my email up. You can find me, guys. I will see you on the next one. It's been a nice beer talk about the Haze game.